let's talk about combat in Demon Ascendants. I'm gonna do a walkthrough of what a round might actually look like in play. In this scenario, we have 3 level 1 characters. A ranger of the spectral bloodline, a berserker of the dreadful bloodline, and a sorcerer of the infernal bloodline. And they are facing against a pack of demonically mutated goblins. We will not focus as much on the goblin, but more on the player characters, and we'll do more creatures and monsters you might encounter in another video. We start off right away as we're in the middle of combat, and I'll explain as we go. So, Ranger, you're up. Okay, I'll take up my bow, and you'll see how my arrow starts flickering in a greenish transparent light as I'm going to use my spectral pierce ability and hopefully shoot through him and hit this guy as well behind him. That's a 15 to hit for 6 damage. Alright, that hits. As your arrow impacts with the first goblin, a spectral arrow of dark green energy is formed that continues in its path, striking the goblin behind it for another 3 damage. The first guy dies, and the other one is wounded. You have another main action left. So, this guy is running towards me, right? And he will probably catch up even though I try to move away. Okay. But he is riding a wolf, and that's a beast. So I will try to use my ranger ability Growl to intimidate it away from me. And he needs to roll a courage defense against my passive wisdom, which is 13. That's a 5. You can see how even though the goblin tries to steer towards you, it starts turning looking towards any other target than you. Cool, then I'm gonna move over here. The wolf will turn and run towards your berserker instead, but does not have enough movement to reach. This goblin will aim towards you, sorcerer, and fire for a 6 to hit. So that is below 9, which means it automatically fails. As a second action, he will attempt again, and this time it's above 9. How would you like to defend yourself? What is your guard? You don't have a shield or anything that could parry the shots, so either evade or brace. My evasion is quite low, so I'm probably hit anyway. I will therefore spend some power to brace in order to reduce damage. Alright, berserker, you're up. Okay, I see this guy coming against me, but I really want to engage that caster over there. So I will move forward, but still quite not enough. I will then use Dark Reach in my attack. As I swing my axe, it seems to extend by shadows, giving me an additional reach to strike. And that's a 17 to hit for 11 damage. And I will, as my second action, use the shadows on my axe to wrap around the target and pull him towards me. And he needs to perform a fortitude defense against my passive primary attribute of 14. Alright, he fails that. The shadows from your axe extends like tentacles and wraps around his arms and force him towards you. You're now engaged in melee. As you move up there, this guy though will run up and also engage you. He swings his blade. What's your guard? Okay, I'm just gonna take the hit and use my Shade of Thorns as a reaction to strike back. Alright, your skin is filled with these dark tattoos, and as he strikes, they latch out like spikes towards him, dealing 8 psychic damage and half of that to you, as the tattoos cut like knives into your skin. Plus, you take the damage from his actual attack as well. You suffer a total of 9 damage, but he actually dies as one of the spikes pierces right through one of his eyes. Alright, sorcerer, you're up. Alright, so I already have this fireball conjured in one hand, and I'm on this hill. I want to attack that guy over there, and I do believe I gain edge since I attack from above, but also an additional edge because I'm flanking him. So that's 2 edge, upgrading my d4 to d6. So that's a 12, but with edge, that's a 15 to hit for 10 fire damage. You all see this explosion as he instantly dies in agonizing pains. As my next action, I will use combustion to light that guy on fire, and he needs to perform a resilience defense against my passive primary of 13, or else start burning. Alright, you see how he's engulfed in flames as he fails the defense. He's now burning and suffers 6 fire damage at the end of his rounds, and continues to do so provided you keep dealing fire damage to him each round. So, but it's also his turn. When he's burning, but he will still run up towards you, sorcerer. I'm already pretty low. Actually. Don't worry, I got him. I will use my reaction to shoot him as he's moving within my range for a 12 to hit. Well, unfortunately, it's not quite enough as his evasion is 12 and you need to beat it in order to hit. But you have a possibility here. As you are matching the number, you can choose to push your body into a demonic surge in order to succeed anyway. At what cost? Or what's the downside? Maybe nothing, but it could have consequences like demonic mutations affecting both your appearance and your abilities. Alright, I'll do it anyway. Alright, you feel how your blood starts boiling as you give in to this raw power within your veins, pushing your limits and allowing yourself to hit your mark, killing the goblin right as he's about to engage your sorcerer. As you can see, rounds are not short, but there is a lot of player interactions which are quite meaningful where player makes the decisions that drives the battle forward. And as there is high player agency, things actually do happen and players are constantly involved in the action. A usual combat only lasts a few rounds, where each round is highly eventful. If you like to see more videos like this, make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow, comment, do the thing. Do all the things.